publisher journey for HowExpert. So today I'm actually working on 7 books at the same time right now. It's because that's not my normal place. I usually like to work on 1 to 2 to 3, books at a time, but right now I have to actually work on 3 books at the same time because my designer is going away for a couple weeks for somewhere. So he told me in advance. So prior to that, so before that happens, I want to do as much as I can, So I picked 7 images for the book cover image, either from depositphotos.com or shutterstock.com. I'm a member of both. I used to be just Deposit Photos, but I noticed when I was looking for one particular image for one of my books for about LA, HowExpert Guide to Los Angeles, the best image was on Shutterstock. So I like to find the best image possible. So ever since then, I've been a member of both. And Shutterstock is actually, I have a monthly membership for both, where I can use up to 10 images per month. And some I run out of it for the month because I use images for the interior. So, but the cool thing about Shutterstock, it has an option to buy for one-time purchase. Deposit Photo, I'm not quite sure if they have that option, where it's a little bit more expensive. Shutterstock has an option to buy 5 images for around $50, if you run out of stock. So I might do that. So anyways, I have 7 books I'm working on. They're all unique topics, pretty much a combination of unique topics, also one of my bestseller topics, and so forth. Topics like 365 world dishes, world recipes for cuisines and dishes from all around the world. Plane spotting, train spotting, how to memorize music, Big Bear Lake, California, and so many other topics behind the scenes. I mentioned train spotting already, right? And rock balancing, all these kind of unique topics, guys. So I'm looking forward to it, and so much more. A couple more topics off of my top of my head. I'm not, there's so many topics, and on top of that, I want to work on other projects as well. But 7 topics, and I'm glad that sometimes it takes me a lot of time to, find the images. But I'm happy that I found the images I needed for these 7 books. In terms of the design, I don't do the design and the details, but for the image selection, I like to do it myself because it's just something I like to do. It's I like the creative process of it and doing that. So anyhow, I have a couple 7 projects I'm working on behind the scenes. So after that, I got to work on other projects as well at the same time. After that, I got to do the other books. But again, rinse and repeat. I'm at the pace of right now doing about 2 books a month. 2 books a week. That's 8 books a month, whatnot. But also another epiphany I had today was I'm working on a book in terms of content creation. It's going over 100,000 words, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do 100,000 words, man. I'm going to do a short version of the book. It's not even that short. It's 30 to 40,000 words ish. And then if it sells well, I'll do a longer version after. Because it saves me a lot of time and energy to create a shorter book. On top of that, when I hire a narrator, it's a lot cheaper. I can afford it. Especially when I'm publishing 8 books and I want to turn it into an audiobook quickly, it's better to start off small. And then if it works, I'll do a bigger book. It's like a funnel, front-end product and a back-end product. And you can do that even with books. I'm going to do a 30,000-40,000 word book in the front end. And if it sells well, I'll do a back-end 100,000 word book. And so forth. Okay, that's kind of like a strategy I'm looking forward to moving forward. That's the epiphany I had today, and it's a lot faster to create a book that's 40,000 words, and there's so many benefits out of it. And on top of that, my brand is about quick how-to guides on all topics from A to Z. So I decided, that's what I'm gonna do. So stay tuned. I'm gonna go for all topics A to Z. Thanks for watching the video. I gotta go. HowExpert.